good, guys? It is April 24th, and just checking in, but basically on the month right now, we're sitting at, as of April 24th, 23.7K, last 4 weeks, 25.7K in rev, operating on like 80% margins right now, so pretty healthy. But today we were supposed to have 2 onboarding calls. So we had one onboarding call. We had one onboarding call that was scheduled to pay 1.6K for the first 2 months, and the third month is 2.5K. He ended up canceling the onboarding call because he hasn't got his contract back. He works for a non-profit organization, so he has to wait for some shit. It's just annoying. We've been in the sales process for a month and a half with this guy, but I think he'll close. It's a weird situation since he works with a non-profit. But then I had a sales call at 10:30 a.m. today. Closed them. I guess we didn't because there's no cash collected, but scheduled an onboarding call for same day. It was at 10:30 a.m. Scheduled an onboarding call for 1:30 p.m. Went through the whole onboarding process, and we ended up running into some issues with gaining admin access to the Facebook, the business suite. And then obviously we have protocols to get around that, which wasn't a problem. But we ended up having an onboarding call for 2.5 hours trying to resolve the issue for them. And I honestly think the client started to overthink. We sent them the agreement on the call and the payment link at the end of the call. They were looking over the agreement. It's literally a 1-page agreement. There's no fine print or anything. It's literally just a scope of services agreement. They were like, we want to have someone read over it. Right when they started saying shit like that, I got a gut feeling that they were actually gonna just flake, basically, even though everything was so hot. So what we're doing is now for onboarding calls, we're collecting payment at the first second of the call. I know it sounds retarded because we should have already been doing that, but we were waiting until the end of the call to collect payment. Now we're just going to move it to the front so we can avoid everything, cash collect the money right at the beginning. But basically what happened is when we got to that point, they were like, we don't know what credit card to put it on, and they have to talk to the husband about what credit card to put it on. And, it's just a bunch of excuses, to be honest. So they were closed on $2,500 too as well. So we were supposed to cash collect over $6,000 today, and we ended up only cash collecting just under 2K, 1.995. And we were supposed to cash collect 1.995 plus 2.5K essentially, then plus 1.6K. So it'll put us at 6.1K in cash collection for day. And 2 people didn't pay, and it's just it was very stressful. But a lesson to learn is don't freak out over things that you can't control. It's basically kind of today's lesson. I already knew this, but for you guys, tuning in and watching, you can't freak out over things that you don't have any control of. So I've seen this time and time again, and it's just a lack of discipline, I would say, in order to not giving a reaction to the opponent or giving a reaction to the external factor that's making you feel some type of way. So if you get mad over something because someone else did something that you were doing, or someone, basically anything that you can't control, you should not have any emotional ties to, because there's no point. It's a waste of your valuable energy, depending on what you value yourself at, your time, your energy, your resources. If you're putting all of that into things that you can't even control, you're wasting your energy, which is costing you way more than you think. So basically just the moral of this is I couldn't control them really having quote-unquote buyer's remorse or just overthinking, because the call went on for 2.5 hours. I guess we could have done things differently. It's a lesson learned, but I'm not going to let it ruin my day, because we were supposed to do over a $6,000 day today, and it ended up only being 2K basically. So that is honestly it can get emotional in terms of the business, obviously not like personal wise, but like the business, and like me wanting to collect that type of money in one day, it gets emotional, and I've been able to tune it out. So basically, if everything went scheduled perfectly, we should be doing over 30 grand this month, because we still have another payment coming on the 27th for 2 grand. So we should be doing over 30 grand, but this money that we missed out on today, so 1.6K and then 2.5K, we should have cash collected that. So, you know, it's frustrating, and I can't control the outcome of that, so I'm not going to let it affect me. I'm just going to look at all the positive things that's happening. Like, first of all, you know, we're in the beautiful city of Miami. Maybe not in the apartment that I want to be in or that we're striving to be, but you still have to be grateful for everything that you have, and grateful for the progress that we've made already, and grateful for the future, because we have a lot of things planned. I have a video that's not public because it's honestly too saucy just to release to the public right now. But I feel like that's also kind of a scarcity mindset, because you have to be in the make money online space to even understand, and you have to really, you know, have the resources to even replicate anything that we're doing. But like, for example, we all know where the world's going, right? And I'll kind of just tell you guys, it's AI related, of course. It's not really, you know, a secret to keep. It's AI related, but we're launching something that's going to be revolutionary, you know, for our industry, and we want to monopolize it. We want to scale it to 7 figures a month. Agency, you can't really scale this type of agency to 7 figures. Kind of caps out around 700K revenue a month. So like, we want to scale this to multi 7 figures per month. But it's so active. It's active 24/7. Like, people are just nuts, bro. Dude has no hood. But it's just so active in Miami. But like, you got to be grateful for the progress and everything. But what I was saying is, we're looking to monopolize this service, and we're, you know, it's a new industry. AI is new. Obviously not specifically AI is new, but this advanced technology of AI is brand new to the marketplace. It's like a year old. So if we can monopolize it, be kind of the industry leaders within the solution that we're advertising, obviously we can scale that to 7 figures a month on, you know, insane margins, very healthy margins. So you would just have to be grateful for everything and look towards your future. And, you know, there's going to be a brighter day for every, you know, gloomy day, basically. I wouldn't even consider today gloomy, right? It's just, we could have had a better day. Things could have went better, but we can't get emotional over the things that we have no control in. So, should have done over 6 bands today. And we fucking did just under 2. So it's annoying, and I wanted to be at 30K over, you know, by April, by the end of April, which we can still hit it. I got more sales calls this month, but like, this would have solidified it, basically, no questions asked. And then an onboarding call essentially rescheduled or canceled, and then another one, they didn't even pay. They said they're going to call tomorrow and pay. I might be overthinking, but this call was at 1:30 p.m., the onboarding call. So I'm obviously, this is just another yap sesh, but it's kind of just documenting everything. I know I've been a little inactive. Like I said, I have a video that's not private, or it is private, and I'm not gonna put it on public, but this one will go public. And yeah, so you got to be grateful, first of all, and you can't freak out about things that you have no control, and that's essentially the moral of this video. So I don't want to just keep yapping, because it gets, you know, kind of crazy, but I do want to just document everything, and you know, just be grateful for the spot that we're in, especially for the future. Like I said, we have a lot of bright things coming, so it's going to be awesome. And yeah, just know for every day that you might feel upset or that you feel like it could have been better, just know that you have a fresh day to start tomorrow. And these people, said on the call they're going to call us tomorrow morning when they get to the practice and pay. Me, the way that I think, I believe it's a healthy mindset if you're trying to do good things but also expect things to happen. So my philosophy is always expect the worst outcome to happen, because if it happens then you'll be prepared for it. So like, for example, I don't think they're going to close, even though we had our sales call, closed them, had an onboarding call, went through the whole onboarding process, structured their offer, everything that we're going to do, got all that admin access that we needed, and then they don't pay and they have to review a contract. I view it as them essentially having buyer's remorse and not paying, even though they said they're going to pay tomorrow morning. I think they're going to give us a call and say that. I mean, I don't know 100%, but I think there could be a possibility where the deal doesn't follow through, and that's, it can get emotional because that's 2.5K in MRR. That's just lost over something that's stupid when I could have prevented it by collecting the cash at the beginning of the call, going through the onboarding process way quicker, or even having leverage just because they already paid. So it's just shit like that, but don't let it affect you. Anything that you don't have direct correlation into affecting the outcome of the situation, just don't freak out. Stay locked in and wake up the next day and go even harder. But yeah, we'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a blessed night. Yo, what is good, guys? We're picking up just where we left off. Figured I'd just pick up the camera before we actually close out the video, because they ended up actually paying, obviously. Sitting at 28.2K cash collection for the last 4 weeks. 26 right now. We're still waiting on a payment, like I said, from yesterday. But yeah, obviously it's April 25th, so it goes back to what I was talking about yesterday. Don't freak out over the things that you can't control, because it's all in God's hands. And obviously I was probably overthinking. I ended up just paying the next day, so let that be a lesson to you guys. Another beautiful day in the 305. Feels like it's 80 out here or something. It feels super nice, but we'll catch you guys, keep you guys updated with the progress, and you already know we're scaling, baby. Let's get it.